this town needs, and sell it.
Much to do. Would that I had a helping hand.
The person we're here to meet is nowhere to be seen. Shall we come back later?
I'm not sure we're making any progress here. We might want to remind ourselves of the particulars of our task.
This ox cart's bound. I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
I'm in no hurry to leave.
Times are hard today.
Time to be heading home.
I've need of a few things.
Off we trot.
I always draw the short straw. I'll gladly stay.
Now here's a random sight.
Mayhap it is time I lay down my...
This is most convenient. Another destination we were bound for is not far from here.
We shall have to decide which is the most pressing. We cannot do everything at once.
E'er since the reign of Rothaeus, the founder of Vermund, the village of Malv has played an indispensable role in the defense of our kingdom against the dragon. Yet twice now has the dragon set upon this village, inflicting numerous casualties before being allowed to flee. The fault here lies with you, Ser Ulrika. You have failed in your duty as acting chief.
With all due respect, Sir Martin, our village has dispatched many of its young hands to the northern stronghold since its completion. Was it not the former consul who decreed that the stronghold should serve to defend the kingdom, with Malv offering aid only where needed? Yet the stronghold has remained entirely silent to our plight. How can you say that the fault is ours to bear?
I know of no such agreement. At the very least, Queen Regent Disa has mentioned naught of the kind.
But I'm quite sure the consul...
You would dare misrepresent the words of the dead? Or do you mean to imply that the Queen Regent has spoken falsely? If so, then Melv's problems run far deeper than I had thought. 'Tis not indolence that has taken root here, but treason. The village entire will answer for this.
What? I intended nothing of the sort. Pray, let us...
Save your honeyed words, traitor! I must inform the Queen Regent of this development.
You came to see me? Forgive me, I've much to ponder. Still, how would you like to stay the night? I've yet to repay you for aught you've done for me. A small show of hospitality is surely the least I can do. 'Twas by your godly efforts that Melv escaped the worst of the dragon's assault. The people of this village are more precious to me than life itself. To lose them would have been the end of me. You have my earnest gratitude, friend. I wanted to tell you that, if naught else. Now, 'tis time we slept. There is much to be done for the village, and I shan't manage it without a good night's sleep.
Where is Ulrika? The Queen Regent has declared that Ulrika be apprehended as a traitor to the kingdom. All who seek to abet her will be tried in turn. Bring her before me at once.
Ulrika is gone.
What?
She stole away in the dead of night. Ask around. Several witnesses can confirm it. I cannot say why for certain, but I imagine she took your words to heart, Overseer. Realizing her plans for rebellion had been found out, she chose to abandon the village, for our sake.
You would have me believe that Ulrika was acting alone? That the rest of the villagers harbor no rebellious intent?
Aye, that's the long and short of it.
Very well. I shall take you at your word, sir. However, the absence of a leader will sow naught but chaos. For the time being, your village will be in our hands. If 'tis as you say, I do not expect there will be any objections.
There's a ladder here.
Ah, there you are. There's aught I would ask of you. It concerns Ulrika. You've heard she fled the village, aye? Though that is the case, she would never truly abandon it. She left the village that she might fulfill her charge, protecting Vermont against the dragon. But as for where she went, I do not know. 'Twould be unwise for me to go looking for her, lest I draw the eyes of the Overseer's troops. However, should you happen to find her, would you tell me where she is hiding? I can only pray that she does not fall into the Queen Regent's clutches.
You a traveller? Well, I'll not pry. I used to be a sellsword.
Here to ask aught of me, are you?
I'd be glad to talk when I'm off duty, sir.
Do be quick. I fear my time is in short supply.
If you want my advice, heed no advice.
I'm always willing to lend a helping hand.
I've got the sharpest ears in town.
Somehow my feet always carry me.
My back's not acting up. I'm frightfully busy. No time for idle chatter.
Looking for work? We've got plenty going here.
Looking for work?
my bed.
What I can do for you?
Aught you need of me?
I follow my whims. Wes.
Seems naught ever goes right.
If our destination is a distant one, travel by ox cart might be worth considering.
Fewer monsters are to be found on the main road, though carts travel only by the sun's light.
You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour of need, Master.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients. Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Naught ever goes right.
You're welcome to take whatever you like from my pack, Master. I'd gladly see you...
This is a good spot. Let's stop here a moment. I've camped here with my brother many a time. No doubt he caught his breath here before moving on, same as us.
My knowledge from other worlds tells me that a forgotten riftstone lies near here. Shall I lead the way? Pray, follow me. I know the way, so there's no chance of our getting lost. I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side. In battle, I shall follow your lead and prioritize. Curious thing. One of my...
Follow me. We ought press on, lest aught befall my brother.
Well, we've eaten our fill. What say we settle our stomachs with a few hours' sleep?
Seems naught ever goes right.
Tis a glad thing we rested.
We must not let down our guard. I shan't let them fall. I grant you die in vain. Use it well. We have found a material. Yes, Master. I shall hasten to your aid. You have no need of my assistance at present, but I shall be ready to render aid at a moment's notice.
Seems naught ever goes right.
Can anyone hear me? Please! I need help!
Most impressive, Master. Fight on, and victory shall be ours.
That's it! I thought I was done for.
Ah, it was a near thing. How are you feeling?
I think I'll be all right. But if you hadn't come for me, Thanks, Ian.
Save your thanks, Norbert. I'm your brother. And I ought to have come sooner.
From where I'm standing, all that matters is that you made it in time. Anyway, I'm eager to be rid of this place. Let's return to the village, shall we? The sooner the better. I've got to deliver these medicinal herbs to the people who need them.
Aye, you'll hear no complaints from me. Let's be off then.
'Tis our duty to protect our charge from harm. Whatever 'tis you need, I shall gladly oblige.
We've little need for a campsite at present.
'Tis enough to make camp only when the need arises. I'll pick that up. We might have need of it.
Back at last. That was an ordeal.
Aye, I'm exhausted, but I can rest after I've delivered these herbs. I'll be back soon.
Good on you. Just take care, all right? You wonder why I don't follow him? So long as he stays away from that forest, he'll be fine on his own. When my brother told me he was going to fetch those herbs, I refused to join him. Said it was too dangerous. What with the monsters acting strangely of late. And I was right. But mayhap none of this would have happened had I only gone with him. My brother is always the one taking the initiative, while I stand around with my hands in my pockets. But today's misadventure showed me that the path forward is the one with fewer regrets. Even when you can't be sure where it leads. We managed to save Norbert. And perhaps that's all that matters. Still, I can't help but wonder if I couldn't have spared him some of the pain and fear he suffered. If I'd only... So from now on, I'm going to trust in my own instincts. Never again will I let fear stop me from doing what I know to be right.
With Sir Norbert safely returned, Melv shan't lack for medicinal herbs. Two good deeds in one, you might say.
It would seem we've a need to visit the palace. Let us make for the palace, that you might investigate Minister Allard's chambers. As pawns are not permitted within the castle, I will bid you farewell when we reach the entrance.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
This ox cart's bound. I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
Ox carts make for relatively safer travel. Walking everywhere is certainly tiring. Ah, here we are. The ox cart made it without too much trouble.
At your leisure.
Have you business with the guild, sir? I should be glad... to assist you.
always a pleasure.
How's life treating you?
Well met. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the... foremost hospitality in... Much obliged.
This inspires...
Well met. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the... foremost hospitality in all Vernworth. You know where to find me. Well met, sir.
Fancy a look at my wares? Welcome to... And quality's what you need if you want to... Survive. So before you check, hope to see you again.
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
Gold is a resource best spent judiciously.
Where will the wind blow me today?
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
We shall remain here.
A welcome respite.
Twould seem we've a need to visit the palace. Let us make for the palace, that you might... We have arrived. I dare not enter the palace, but I would fain escort you to...
You are the Arisen, yes? The captain gave me your description. Follow me!
What must needs be done?
Tis best you move along. Should one of the other guards spy you, I will be forced to play my part. Pray, be cautious, Your Majesty.
Dull days for us are a sign that all is...
I wish the minister would be more careful. He takes the sentinel posted outside his chambers with him everywhere.
Do you recall that package from Batawa delivered to Minister's chambers last week? Well, just between you and me, I landed and took the contents out.
What business could be so pressing that I must be summoned at this late hour?
I would not presume to know, my lord. However, it must be a highly sensitive matter for the Regent Kin to request a private audience.
Or perhaps the boy has finally grown wise to the benefits my favor can bring. He might just be his mother's puppet, but at least he knows what's good for him.
My lord, if someone were to overhear...
Oh, unwring your hands, you fool! As if anyone in this palace would dare say a word against me. Now, if Wilhelmina calls, tell her to await me in my chambers. I will return presently. Give me one good reason not to call the guard.
Hail, friend! You've come at a good time. Have you heard aught of the masquerades being held in the palace of late? 'Tis said they are in celebration of the sovereign's valorous deeds. However, in truth, my mother is merely holding them to strength. But therein lies our chance. For I suspect one among them might prove an ally to our cause, a man by the name of Patrick. Might I ask you to infiltrate one of these masquerades and give him this letter? I imagine that's the most prudent way to go about this. You have my thanks. I would handle this matter myself, but I am afraid I cannot attend the masquerades. Mother refuses to allow it. I will speak with a sentinel I trust, and bid that he ease his patrol on the evening in question. Pray, make use of this opportunity to slip into the venue. Patrick will be wearing a mask without a mane, and a blue cape, I believe. Hopefully this information will be enough for you to seek him out. Come to think of it, there has been tell of some important figure from a neighboring country being invited as well. I've not been told much, but any guest of my mother's is bound to be the mark of much attention. Mayhap 'twould be best to stay away from this figure, lest you attract unwanted notice. You should be going now, friend. You're not meant to be here in the first place.
Give me one good reason.
Quiet at last.
Mayhap I'll come here when I have a day to myself.
Polishing my armor can wait till the morning.
I shall suffer none to disturb his peace.
Some of us get complacent, but I train every day.
Allard, I must protest. We have much left to discuss.
Pray excuse me, Your Grace, but I'm afraid our discussion shall have to wait. There are countless pressing matters to which I must return. Give me one good reason not to cook.
You should be going now, friend. You're not meant to be...
Mayhap I'll buy myself a new sword next pay.
Would that such peace reigned eternal. Those new recruits could barely lift their swords. Recruits to train, arms to procure. No time to sleep.
You should be going now, friend. You're not meant to be here in the first place.
Mayhap I'll buy myself a new sword next pay.
What ought I to do?
You are not permitted to be here. Move along.
I'd sooner stay out of battle, were it possible. Such quietude is a blessing.
Breadth of knowledge is no
Would
less
that all
important
my
than
days
depth.
gathering the crowd. When does my watch? Prayer's a waste of time. No one's listening. You are not allowed in here.
You seem to be rather friendly with Captain Brancer. 'Tis lamentable that the captain of the late...
Have you heard the news? The new recruits are to be sent out to Melve. Melve, I say! I'm not sure who gave the orders, but I know what you're thinking. It is beyond my head.
Tis no concern of ours.
alone if aught goes awry.
If they only knew.
Some of us get complacent. I train every day.
You are not permitted to be here. Move along.
Mind? I suppose I could indulge you.
I will see to it that the law is upheld. Would that all my days when does my watch? At least my back's acting up today. Would that all my days were so
Prayer's a waste of time.
Waiting enough to afford another night of cavorting.
I could see my...
I have been waiting for you, Arisen. Stay with me, Arisen. Certainly, Arisen. How might I be of aid?
Tis our duty to see this piece.
Quite sure. A welcome respite from all that hustle and bustle.
Barely lift their swords.
What is it? Is there aught you need? Ah, I see. Thank you for giving this. I shall pen my answer anon. Behind closed doors, naturally. Let us refrain.
Here's hoping there'll be no trouble.
Many thanks. Patrick has already sent his reply. Twould seem my mother's tyranny has been weighing heavily on his heart. He has pledged to continue our correspondence and aid me in putting an end to my mother's injustices. This would not have been possible without your assistance. I am afraid I cannot offer much in the way of recompense, but pray, take this. At times, it seems I am confronted by my...
Give me one good...
My sword arm could use some work.
This sort of quiet means all's well.
Dull days for us are a sign that all is well. I'd sooner stay out of that where it's possible.
Prayer's a waste of time. No one's listening.
Dull days for us are a sign that
Got to focus. My head will roll if aught goes awry.
Surely none more important than this. I speak of the ascension of the Sovereign.
Indeed. But that, Your Grace, would be better discussed in the presence of your mother. What are you doing in here? I don't recognize you. Guards, seize the intruder.
You are not permitted to be here. Move along.
Surely none more important than this.
Indeed. But that...
Well, well. Yours isn't a face I'm accustomed to seeing around the palace. How did you get in here?
Oi! Who goes there? Who's there?
Tut, tut. Now, this just won't do. How's a lady supposed to work with all these interruptions?
Oh, 'tis you, Lady Wilhelmina.
Mm-hmm. Do excuse us. We thought to enjoy a little fresh air. Though we had hoped for slightly more privacy, if you catch my meaning.
Apologies, milady. But might I ask the name of your companion?
Are you sure it would be wise? Such knowledge has been known to cost a man his head.
Understood, milady. If anyone asks, I shall say I saw naught.
A narrow escape. You should count yourself lucky that he was so easily flustered. I don't appreciate having my motives questioned. I did as I saw fit. Need I say more? Still, you are welcome to come calling, should the fancy take you, and should you have the gold for it. Off you go now. If you wish to speak further, 'twill have to wait. This is neither the time nor the place for it.
It seems you've made a discovery regarding the false sovereign. At last we've arrived, delivery in hand.
We need only pass our burden into the hands that await it.
Right you are. Now to report to Captain Brandt. If you wish to meet with this person, I would gladly lead the way.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. I know this sigil well. 'Tis the crest of the neighboring country of Batal, a land with which Vermin has no official dealings at present. Let me see. It reads, "True to our word, we offer you the power of the Godsway. Pray make haste in securing Melv, that all might be made ready ere our plans are set in motion." A meager clue, to be certain. Though, 'tis clear that the Queen Regent conspires with Batal. This does not bode well at all. Though the political situation is stable at present, much blood has been spilled between Vermund and its neighbor in the past. I fear such a partnership would only portend the drawing of more. At any rate, to seem our search has led us to only more questions. Chief among them, what is meant by securing Melv and this God's Way? I will investigate these matters as best I can. In the interim, Your Majesty, should you have time to spare, might you make for Melv? Only once we have gleaned a fragment of the Queen Regent's plot can we begin to thwart it. And ere it slips my mind, pray, take this. Perchance it will help speed you on your way to Melv.
Phaesus. Now there's a name to remember. Shall we seek out the young man from the other day? Follow me. I will guide you to the location.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Lots to do.
Welcome.
You are in need of healing. Allow me. Wait a moment.
Oh. What does this say?
Shall we take a closer look?
Good evening, sir. I trust you fared all right. Right on the roads, despite the hour. Much obliged. This inspires naught but misgivings.
I overheard some of the soldiers standing guard outside the palace discussing a curious rumor. Regarding the Queen Regent and an important personage, you mean?
Indeed. Some suppose there is more to her relationship with this Batali dignitary than is publicly known.
Would you mind coming over here?
What should I do?
I'm ill at he's here.
Arms, arms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
Shall we see if they...
Aye, I'm well enough, thank you.
You don't need a permit to get into Batal.
Don't think you're safe just because you're in the city. Monsters have gotten bolder of late and more ferocious.
Well met. This here's the Sanctuary of Tipplers. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Keep those orders coming. This fearsome world of ours is best met with stiff drinks and cheery hearts, I say.
Aye, sir. What I can do for you? What? You mean to say my Albert's a noble and has only been pretending to be a beggar? That can't be true. Earning a living in the slums isn't easy, but Albert and I, we promised each other we'd try our hardest to make ends meet. We've been working toward that all this time. And you're saying 'tis all a lie? I don't want to believe such madness, but nor can I deny that these garments are my husband's. Pray, tell me where you found them. I must see this for myself.
Let me get that. It seems you must attend a palace masquerade if you're to meet the one who would falsely claim your title. Shall we make for Vernworth Palace? I can accompany you to the castle entrance, Master, but no further.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
This isn't much to go on. Hail, friend! Have you a spare moment? I've an eye for people, and my instincts tell me you're of trustworthy. I'm in a bit of a quandary, you see. I'm to be gone for a week, with no one slated to mind the house in my stead. Fear not. I only ask your name to list as a tenant. You needn't bother yourself with the cleaning, and I don't expect you to stay cooped up in there, neither. I'd be much obliged if you'd simply consider my home a waypoint on your travels. Sound appealing? Then come on by and have a look-see. I've taken the liberty of marking the location on your map. Not sure what they expect. I'm no cook, am I?
Ox carts make for relatively safer travel.
Could allow us to save our strength, assuming we are not attacked, that is. Here we are.
We shall remain here.
We've arrived, just as planned.
He'll like this.
I see which way the wind's blowing. Bet this place has its shit.
The latest tidings from Melv came as quite a shock. It's been decades since the dragon.
This is too much for me, I fear.
It's a delightful breeze. Wonder how everyone else makes it. Fair wind's coming. Feel weary with no one.
Well now, you're...
What is it? Has something happened?
We have it on good authority that a suspicious individual passed through here.
We need to scour the area. Well, scour would be right.
In here.
Open up!
You're dressed rather austerely for a patron.
My humblest apologies, Lady Wilhelmina. We've had reports of an unseemly character in the vicinity, you see, and...
Preposterous. I was out front till but a moment ago, and I did not see so much as a shadow.
Be that as it may.
You are excused. Leave this place, ere you invite our noble host's wrath upon yourself. I will summon you if aught is amiss.
Pray forgive the intrusion.
And what business have you here? In the nobles' playground? You've the face of someone in search of a juicy morsel. Would you be looking for this, perchance?
Come on, then. Keep pouring. Do you take me for some green lad who can't handle his cups? I'm your damned king, and a king deserves royal treatment.
Of course, Your Majesty.
Tell us, Your Majesty, would you prefer more drink, or shall we find some other way to amuse ourselves?
Aye. Let's change things up.
I believe I cautioned you to keep your drunken revelry in check. Lest you forget, these celebrations of your valor are but a pretense for more serious matters.
I know. I do. It's just I get the poison in me and things happen is all.
You need only serve as our false king until Sven becomes consul. Till then, however, you would do well to remember that your role demands a certain degree of dignity. I trust you understand your position, Your Majesty.
Nay, I mean, as you say, I'll go and sober up.
Why not remove yours as well? This is not the masquerade hall, and we now find ourselves quite alone. What say we dispense with such pretenses and speak openly with one another, Lord Phasus?
That will do. If you're discovered, yours won't be the only head that rolls. What is your purpose here, I wonder? If you came to learn of the Sovereign, then 'tis as you have seen. The man is naught but a ale-swilling pretender propped up by the Queen Regent. Of course, that begs the question. If he's a mere mummer, then where might our true Arisen be? You'd best go. I'll do what I can to help you make your escape. Come see me in my bordlery, whene'er you're so inclined. I'll instruct my attendants to send you straight to me.
Could have sworn I was attending.
Place to soothe the spirit.
What else did I have to do? I've clean forgotten.
This place is very dreary.
A place to soothe the spirit, yes.
I'll go on an adventure.
Oh, lovely.
I'm not sure what's best.
No one wants that here.
I have to go on an adventure of my own.
Or I can...
I get along with it.
That matron's eyeing.
Happiness is a full schedule. It ought to be said.
What is the life without a bit of spice? This is rather too much for me.
It seems you've obtained information regarding the false sovereign. Captain Brandt will be eager to hear of it, I'm sure. The ferry stone in hand, we can travel wheresoever we please.
It is not an item to be squandered.
It seems we must part ways for the time being.
There's a ladder here.
Ah, excellent find.
Look, as long as you please.
May have if I hang about. Someone will buy it. Suppose I'll travel market, methinks. Just a bit.
As a reward for your Majesty's efforts, you have been invited to attend the... You will, of course, require raiment befitting of the occasion. I would ask that your Majesty return once you've procured such attire.
Oh dear.
Welcome.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. Aught shall change once we have attended the coronation. If your Majesty has any unfinished business to attend to, 'tis best you do so before we depart. Very well. Pray inform me when your preparations are complete. Is there aught else you would speak of, Your Majesty? Well, well. He is merely Disa's puppet, then. 'Tis likely that he knows naught of her schemes, even were he to be removed. I suspect some other would simply be made to take his place. But if there's aught that compels my attention, 'tis this other man you mention. Phases, was it? He seems a man of import, and yet I have never heard of him. Pray, allow me to investigate this matter further. You've done well, Your Majesty.
Queen Regent Disa appears to be working in concert with this Phases fella.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. So the acting chief of Melv was blamed. However, I've heard no report of her capture as of yet. It may well be that she is safe. Perchance, she has fled somewhere outside of Disa's reach. Is there aught else you would speak of, Your Majesty? Pray, make use of the key I gave you to enter the palace dungeon. Is there aught else you would speak of, Your Majesty? So that, however, I've heard no... It may well be that she is safe. Is there aught else you would speak of, Your Majesty? Do not forget that we work to serve...
Interested in my wares?
A troubling rumor has reached my ears, and methinks I ought to share it. 'Tis said there is an illness spores can contract beyond the rift that inflicts unspeakable harm on those around them. As it progresses, the pawn gradually loses all self-control, and in time will even cease to heed the Arisen's commands.
How terrible. We shall have to be alert for signs of the sickness among our number.
I wonder how long this job's supposed to be. I'm dead on my feet after today's towns.
Find a tavern for a drink. I've got the sharpest steers in town.
Feel eyes on my back, watching me.
There's comfort in the humdrum.
Such quiet.
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
We ought to put it to good use.
You've come. Glad to see you, friend. So, what say you? Would you care to live here in my absence? As I've said, you needn't worry about tending to the place. Many thanks, friend. I knew I could count on you. I'll stop by again in a week's time, but till then, farewell.
We will find much better rest in an abode than out in the elements, methinks. Let us make good use of it while we can.
I quite agree. Shall we get some rest then? "'Tis a perilous journey I've had, Arisen. When that griffin came up... Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Come. We've much to be getting on with.
Feeling rested, I trust?
Shall we seek out the young man from the other day? Pray, allow me to show you the way.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
I'd soon stay out of the battle where it possible.
We have arrived.
Hoy, friend! Having any time for me today? I dare say we're overdue another talk. There's something I've come to understand during my stolen hours exploring these streets, and I wanted to share it. Every last resident in this city is wholeheartedly devoted to living out their lives. It seems a simple observation, I know, but to me, 'twas a revelation. For it made me painfully aware of my own position. Can this existence of mine even be called living when I am so doted upon by my mother? I want to live a life I can proudly call my own, and to achieve it with all that my heart desires. I tire of enduring my mother's coddling, and of having to mind every twitch in her face in order to appease her. Looking at this box, it fills me with courage. 'Tis proof that I am not my mother's servant to be wheeled about as she pleases. 'Tis something I obtained of my own will. Though it came to me through you, of course. Pray, take this with my thanks. 'Tis quite a rarity, as I hear it. I hope 'tis to your liking. Now, I'd best be off. I may not be able to wander the city again for some time. There's aught I would do. Thus, I cannot say when next we'll see each other, though I feel sure we shall in time. Perhaps sooner than we might think. Till then, take care, friend.
That was quite a gift. I hope that procuring it was not a burden upon the lad.
Right you are.
Well met. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the... foremost hospitality in all Vernworth. You know where to find me.
Welcome to Bjorn's Art, and quality is what you need if you want to survive. So before you check the price, just remember, hope to see you again.
Oh, I possess no ill intent, I assure you. Those of other races differ so in design from our... That's all 'tis, mind, curiosity. And even if I did, it isn't as if I could purchase one, no matter how they fascinate me. It isn't to be.
This ladder looks...
Are you in the market for something in particular? Do come again.
Look as long as you can. Well met, you will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the full... Almost hospitality in all. You know where to find.
These foreign bows do so intrigue me, but I shall admire them from afar. It would be unseemly for an elf. You would simply give this to me? Oh, that is most generous. I would gladly accept it. You have my gratitude. Fascinating. 'Tis not dissimilar from an elven bow in make, and yet 'tis unlike one in near every respect. Such as this bowstring. It looks quite the same, but the tension is altogether different. I suppose that comes from using different materials. Why do you stare? Perhaps you find it absurd that I should marvel so at a bow not of elven make. I suppose I sought inspiration, for I confess I find myself rather lost. My aim has suffered of late, such that my wayward arrows simply would not strike true. The timing could not be more unwelcome, as my skill with a bow is to be put on trial anon. Forgive me. I should not expect you to know of our ways. I speak of the trial of archery, a time-honored elven custom. Every elf undergoes this trial when they reach maturity. Till we succeed, we are not considered to have come of age. I have been training most diligently, yet my skills ne'er seem to take shape. Indeed, I fear my aim has only worsened with each new failing. I grew so vexed with myself that I sought to learn a foreign form of archery rather than master my own people's. Thanks to you, I now have the means to do so, though I dare say I shan't make any headway on my own. Say, would you be willing to give me a demonstration? It might be just what I need to find my aim. Please, sir, you give to me this bow. I only ask that you show me how to wield it. Many thanks. I'm indebted to you twofold, but this is no place to practice. Would you be so kind as to meet me by the ruins north of Trevo Mine? That's where I train, you see. I'll be able to concentrate on your display of bowmanship much better there. I do hope you'll join me. For now, I shall bid you farewell.
Are you in the market for something in particular?
Always a pleasure.
Not buying?
That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
Gold. There's a resource best spent judiciously.
You!
Do stop and have a look. I've wares of every ilk.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
Walking everywhere is certainly...
This ox cart will not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Have a look.
It is nice to see everyone out.
Greetings, sir, and welcome. We see a great many customers given our location, so you'll have to forgive us if the ale run...
Have you come from Vernworth? How are things there? The ancient battleground to the north is overrun with hordes of felled beasts, and so little are survivors anticipated that you'll find not even a checkpoint here. In times past, 'twas safe enough a night, when the monsters sleep, but no longer. Since a few days past, skeletons and phantoms have made this their nightly battleground. It could be that aught's befallen the cenotaph. I'd heard the spirits had calmed somewhat since 'twas erected. Say, if I cannot dissuade you from traversing the ancient battleground, would you consider passing by the cenotaph and making
Welcome, sir. If you've a change of vote, after all, 'tis folly to linger on a single vocation when there are so many exciting methods of combat to be tried. Do come again.
Come on, have a look.
One can never be too careful.
Peruse at your leisure.
Greetings. You are the Arisen, are you not? Tell is you travel quite a bit. Tell me, in your comings and goings, did you happen to encounter a man by the name of Offulv? He seems to have vanished while in possession of a treasure known as the Jadeite Orb. My fellow merchants are scouring the city for him as we speak, but have had no luck as yet. And if I may be candid, our primary concern is not the merchant, but rather the orb. 'Tis an item of precious importance to myself and my partners, you see. I must see it reclaimed, post-haste, and in my hour of need, who should wander by but the good Arisen? What say you, sir? Would you be so kind as to seek out the Jadeite Orb on my behalf? You will be rewarded handsomely for your service.
The Jadeite Orb could be anywhere now. Perchance we ought to speak with someone who has experience.
Well, hello there. Oh, there's always demand for weapons. particularly near the board. Where quarrels occur every other day. Always a pleasure.
Our packs are heavier, and our purses far lighter. We've a journey to prepare for, after all. We can't afford to cut corners.
Reckon your trade towns can make you right sick of crowd. But here, at least, you'll find a bit of peace and quiet. Pleasure doing business.
I find myself hard-pressed to respond.
Welcome. If you think me a liar, then buy some. And see the truth for yourself. On the transference of souls, eh? Tis not like to do much harm on its own, but when combined with its twin, the first volume, 'tis potent indeed. Take care how you use it, sir. Ah, I see you desire one of my masterpieces. Very well. Many thanks to you.
The Jadeite orb is safely in hand.
So, how goes it? Did you manage to retrieve the Jadeite orb? Ah, splendid. You've my thanks. Before we discuss your reward, however, there is one final matter to which we must attend. You see, in my line of work, trust is paramount. And so we shall go to verify the orb's authenticity together. Come, I trust old Ibrahim's eye most of all. Let us pay a visit to his little scrap store. Follow my lead. Good day, Ibrahim. Would you be so kind as to examine this Jadeite orb? Now, I have a bit of business to attend to while he performs his appraisal. I ask that you await my return here.
What I can do for you?
What is it?
He ought to be finished by now. Come, let us go see. You have done your title proud, Arisen. This Jadeite orb is indeed the genuine article. My partners shall be most relieved to hear of its return. You have certainly earned your reward. And I do hope you will permit me to call upon you again, should aught arise.
Oi, you there! You've just arrived in town, haven't you? I don't mean to pry, only it's my grandson, a boy by the name of Rog. He's gone missing. Pray tell, have you seen the lad?
Morris, I've just found out Roger's been abducted by beasts.
What? No! How can that be?
I've just heard news. Rog was seen being dragged off by wolves.
Oh, my poor boy. We must go rescue him at once.
Morris, think what you're saying, friend. We can't go charging off after the lad. We are no match for such creatures.
Do you truly expect me to do naught but twiddle my thumbs when my only grandson's been taken from me? The soldiers won't do aught for him, will they now? Consarn it all. He's right. But what else am I to do? If I do not hasten to the poor lad's aid, who will? Do you truly mean that, sir? You will save my grandson. If you return him to me, I will be forever in your debt, stranger.
Let us speak with everyone we can think of who might know aught of use.
How'd I end up here? Got to make hay while the sun shines. Well met, sir. How's the day treating you then?
Well, aye, there's always demand for weapons. particularly near the border. Always a pleasure.
Not good will come of this.
It's this way.
Can't wait for the new equipment.
We're not to talk during missions.
Say, 'twas stolen from me while I was delivering it, and if Master Everard should find out, he'd wring my neck. 'Tis no exaggeration. He's had people killed afore, more than a few, at that. To be quite truthful, I'd intended to sell off the Jadeite orb and quit this place for good. Working under a man such as him, I'd only get chewed up till he decided to spit me out. That jewel was my last hope. Now it's gone. Unless you were to find it for me. Would you, sir? Oh, pray do a poor man a kindness.
Sirs Offulf and Everard each seek the Jadeite orb. To whom ought we to grant it? Assuming we find the thing at all.
The decision is yours, Arisen. I trust in your judgment.
Suppose I'm tired.
Who are you supposed to be?
Could it be your... If I cannot dissuade...
I'm just grateful to still be in business.
Yeah? What is it?
Please, stranger.
Where are you going?
Poor Rog. He truly is a lovely boy. He's delivered me my remedies many a time. Once, he even picked some flowers. I still recall his smile when he told me about the beautiful flower bed he tends to on the outskirts of town. Oh, Rog, will I e'er see your smile again? I suppose I can only hope.
It's this
The flowers that bloom around here glow come nightfall. From what I can glean, the petals absorb the sun's light by day and release it after dark. Isn't that unusual? Nature works in mysterious ways.
We are none of us alike in vocation.
Our respective abilities are unique as well.
Let us utilize our individual strengths wherever possible.
This is generally used as a material. I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time. Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favor.
You must not let down our guard.
Douse the flames before it is too late. Whatever it is you need, I shall gladly do. You have my protection. Most impressive, Master.
Our foe is not yet routed.
That was certainly worthwhile. Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
Did my best to match your skill, Master.
What a prize. So glad to satisfy him.
One might confidently call that a resounding victory.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes.
I can't imagine we're in need of a campsite just now.
'Tis enough to make camp only when the need arises. I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side. Pray, allow me to open yon chest.
Now, what might that be?
We ought to take a closer look. I've just had a thought. Curious thing. One of my former masters chose to hire only women. I wonder why. Each to their own.
Here's a surprise.
Our collection grows. Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this.
We cannot break it from this side.
Really? Now?
Yes, Master. I shall hasten to your aid. My curative magics are at your disposal.
Wait a moment.
I've nothing to report as yet. Was there something...
Very well. I shall await further orders. You haven't forgotten us, have you, Master? Master, my heart knows no greater peace than when I am by your side. A fine place to harvest some ingredients. No harm in picking a few. I shan't allow any further harm to come. Let my magic grant you an immense dream. I will take
Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it.
I expect this would fetch a fair sum at market.
A fitting reward for a rigorous search. They say thieves strike swift as the wind and sudden as a thunderbolt. I shall...
Out the flame.
Such a magnificent tapestry of stars. Right you are.
Really? What's he doing?
You ought to be so careless.
That was superb, Arisen.
Tis a hobgoblin.
Speak to lightning strider. The fire must be put out ere our comrade burns. Let my magic imbue your weapons with furious energy. I shan't allow any further harm to come to you.
Oof. My pack's grown rather heavy.
Perhaps 'tis time we return to our base. Just yonder. Looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
No, hold fast, Arisen! I will be with you in but a moment. Well, we've eaten our fill. What say we settle our stomachs with a few hours' sleep?
Agreed.
We ought to give ourselves a chance to recover ere we continue on our journey.
I'll carefully conserve my strength and endeavor to survive every battle by way of sound strategy and defensive tactics.
We are none of us alike in vocation.
Our respective abilities are unique as well.
Let us utilize our individual strengths wherever possible. Freshly rested as we are, this battle
We must not let down our guard.
I'll combine my magic with yours and strike the spell more quickly.
This is generally used as a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Now then, which way?
Let us trust in ourselves and proceed with caution.
You're welcome to take whatever you like from my pack, Master. I'd gladly see you put what I find to good use. I will protect you. Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements. Not bad.
I can do no less in service to the Arisen.
Well said.
Take care where you place your feet. The sharp incline is like to throw us off balance as is our exit.
At once, Master. Stay with me. Arisen.
Wait right there.
You're like to grow overburdened if you keep picking up every little trinket you find. It's a glad thing we rested.
We must not let down our guard. I grant you fire's blaze. Use it well.
As a matter of fact, one master might serve you quite the carefree soul, giving armor in all its forms.
The Arisen has been put to sea! Whatever 'tis you need, I shall gladly oblige. Here and now! I shan't allow any further harm to come to you. Tis a foe worthy of caution. I won't say our best.
All together now! We attack with
Stand fast and true, and our quarry shall fall. Understood. We will do well to keep the high ground and fight it. We may be overpowering our foes.
I shall hasten to your aid. My master, view your weapon with the fury of the elements.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself. You're like to grow overburdened if you keep picking up every little trinket you find.
Choppers, Master!
I doubt ice will be of any use against it.
It seems to me we'll find some rare materials here.
Well spotted. Shall we see what we can find? The walls are too close for comfort here. Should we encounter trouble, we'd be at a disadvantage.
Let us proceed with caution. Eyes peeled, ears pricked.
That's a rare find. Fortune smiles upon us this day.
We must take proper care of it.
Now that is a surprise.
We've a choice of where to go, but how to know the path best traveled?
Let us trust in ourselves, Empress. Now, what might that be?
We ought to take a closer look. This seems a decent spot for a campsite.
The sun is yet to set. We could rest here now, or press on a while longer.
Master, my heart knows no greater peace than when I'm by your side. I shan't allow any further harm to come to me. Let my magic's grant you a defensive wound.
Which path ought we to follow? This calls for due consideration.
Fretting will get us nowhere. Let us pick a path and see where it takes us. What happened? 'Tis weak to lightning strike.
I shan't allow any further harm to come to you. Let my magic grant you an elemental.
Trounced our foe.
This ox cart's bound for... I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
No harm in picking a few.
I'll carefully conserve my strength and endeavor to survive.
We are none of us alike in vocation.
Our respective abilities are unique as well.
Let us utilize our individual strengths wherever possible. We have found a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
I grant you fire's blade. Use it well.
simple instructions that our foe most performs. The enemy slows. Perhaps we have tied them out.
We must make the most of this opportunity.
A focused attack will end this one. Let me get that.
Another battle! With nary a moment to lose. We must try to find a moment to gather our strength.
These beasts are only defeated when their skulls are smashed beyond repair.
The sky is radiant this night. I feel at peace to gaze upon it.
You have my support.
A night-bound forest is fearsome indeed.
We shall have to be all the more wary, till sunup casts the shadows away.
I will protect you. I grant you royal flame.
Tis a remarkable treasure we found.
A fitting reward for a rigorous search.
Danger might lurk anywhere. Wear every shadow and mind the ceiling.
Remain alert, and naught shall catch us by surprise.
I think... What's going on? How did I get here? I remember. The wolves. How is it I'm still alive? You saved me. Didn't you, sir? I can hardly believe it. Thank you. I would not be... How did you know where I was? Did Grandfather request your help? I suppose he must be worried sick about me. If it's all the same to you, sir, I think I'd like to go home now.
We'd best report back.
Might you consider lightening your pack, Master?
Perhaps 'tis time we returned to our base of operations and deposited some of our finds.
I'll gather this. It might be of use.
Mayhap you'll think this a trifle, but one master I served was quite the carefree soul, shunning armor in all its forms.
Fascinating.
Just yonder. Looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here? Another encounter? I feel like this. We're already hard pressed on our previous engagement. I shan't let it fall. Let my magic strong through and then... hard one.
We ought to consider this a lesson. This is what befalls one who lets down their guard.
I grant you fire's blade. Use it well. Have my protection.
Well done, Master. Battle is best avoided here.
Got to keep it together.
Need anything? No shortage of these.
Need anything? Many thanks. Rog? Rog, is that you, my boy?
Hello, grandfather.
'Tis a miracle. You're alive and in one piece. Oh, joy of joys! I thought ne'er to lay eyes on you again.
Grandfather, you're smothering me.
Oh, hush. You don't get to complain of such things after you worried me half to death.
I'm very sorry, Grandfather. I didn't mean to cause you grief.
And you. Words alone will ne'er be enough to express the depth of my gratitude. I am truly in your debt. Pray, take this. 'Tis naught but a trifle in comparison. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for...
That was certainly worthwhile.
We have done what we set out to do, and that is well enough.
It is vital that we rest and regain our strength before moving on.
Well met, sir. How's the day treating you then? Life's been pretty kind to me.
Reckon your trade towns can make you right sick of crowds, but here...
Shall we get some rest then?
Interested in my wares?
Ox carts make for relatively safer travel.
Walking everywhere is certainly tiring.
Washed up ready to flee.
Anyone gives me trouble, they'll taste steam.
Polished it this morning.
I find myself hard-pressed to respond.
I end up feeling weary even after a day of rest.
I'll sleep like a log tonight.
I'm dead on my feet after today's training.
Got nothing to fear if I keep my wits about me.
I cannot help but be
Tell me,
wary.
I haven't got any feelings.
I'm in fine fettle today. Go on, have a look.
Well, this is no good. Can't let myself get distracted. Time to hit the sack. I'm deep in my cups as 'tis.
I'm in fine fettle today.
Might treat us to a roast tonight.
What is